What's up, boys and girls, girls and boys, women and men and women, ladies and gentlemen, and all the other names we could go on, but we're not. Um, do you know what a Hanko is? Hanko. Think about it. Are you still thinking? Alright, you got an answer? Alright, ready? A Hanko is this. You probably don't even know what that is. It looks like a stick. Could be a cigarette for all you can know. Hanko is a stamp. Maybe you can see right here. Sorry. Anyway, it's a stamp. Like a rubber stamp, but it's made out of like little, I want to say plastic. Could be porcelain. I think this is plastic. But it's a stamp. I have seen them made out of metal, gold, silver, titanium. They go crazy with this. But 1,000 yen. Plastic. And with this stamp, this is your soul, your identity. This is you. This little guy equals this guy. I equal this. This equals me. Me, this, me. Now what can you do with a stamp? You can do anything with a stamp. You can open up a bank account. You can close a bank account. You can sign an official paper. You can... Well, that's about the extent of your Hanko. It's used for signing things, documents and what have you. And you're probably saying, hey, that's cool, I always wanted a stamp. What kind of stamp can I get? Can I get a star? Can I get an apple? No. You get your name. So most of us gaijin get our katakana form name. So some get Mato or Mashu. But I was getting sick of this katakana. So I got Mashuko. Well, just the Mashu part of Mashuko. Mashuko is a well, let me I'm getting ahead of myself. So the stamp is your identity, and as you know, Japanese people, or maybe Asian people, their names are formed from like one idea and another idea put together. So, for example, Mizu and mountain, Yama, Mizu Yama would be the person's name, and that would be the kanji. So the kanji for mountain, the kanji for water would be what be on the front of this, and that would be him or her. So I picked Mashuko. Well, actually, I didn't even pick it. I was sitting there, and my principal at one of the schools, like, Mashu, you have kanji for your name. Well, he spoke English. That's how he sounded. He said, you have kanji for your name. And I'm like, and? That's what I thought, but I didn't say that. Oh, really? Can you please show me? So I go into the office, like, where on the walls there's all the past principals and it's all official. Normally I'm never in there, I have no reason. So I sit down and he's like, look, and then he's showing me the kanji, and he's telling me Mashuko means, well, it's a place in Hokkaido. It would be the equivalent of Loch Ness. It's mysterious and things happen there. It's misty. There's an intrigue. And I was like, yes, this is my kanji. I'm mysterious. I'm intriguing. I'm scary like the Loch Ness monster. Kind of that. I was like, sign me up. So he wrote it down for me. And then I got this made. Now, the first time, actually not the first time. Well, yeah, the first time, actually, okay. So then, when I went to go get my kanji made, I was like, all right, can you make my kanji? Mashu, it's this. The guy's like, no. What do you mean, no? He's like, I cannot make this your kanji. It won't be official. Like, what do you mean? It's like, they will not take you serious. They will not believe you. And he's going on and on and on. But I already had this before. I lost it. It's this big. And the only time I need is when I open a bank account and when I close a bank account. Other than that, they usually let us sign. So then, I lost it, and I try to make a new one. He's giving me all these troubles. So I go down the street to another place, and the guy's like, "No problem, 5 minutes, bam, boom, bada." Well, we didn't talk like that, but I had my new Hanko. Okay, so am I for Hankos or against Hankos? I hate Hankos. I hate them almost as much as radiation. If someone's like, radiation is coming to my house, I'm like, tell radiation to go home and bring his Hanko with him. I'm serious. I don't like him. This is why. Let's say you forget your Hanko. It happens. You forget, especially since you're a gaijin. And then most of the time they let you sign things, so it's not like a necessary item for you. But let's say you go somewhere and they're like, "Do you have your Hanko?" And you're like, "Nah, I don't." They're gonna be like, "Well, go home and get it." And that's okay if you're like 5 minutes away. Just boom, boom, boom. But imagine you're like 2 hours on the other side, right? You're like, "Where's your Hanko?" "It's home." They'll say the same thing. "Go home and get it." Now it's but by the time you get home, it's 5 o'clock, which means the bank is closed or the office is closed. So now, you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. And if you are like a teacher who works at a school, you work tomorrow. You called off for 1 day, but now it extends to 2 days. You say, does this really happen? It does. It really does. I don't know what I'm talking about. So one time, I just did my tax. In Japan, we have tax, what do you call it? Filing taxes. You get money back. It's not like crazy prices in the States. The most I ever got was like $180 or 10,800 yen. So they told me they're going to send it to this account and it's going to come in like 6 weeks. So I'm counting the weeks: week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, 6 weeks. So, this branch doesn't have any way for me to check, and my card wasn't working. So they sent me a new card. So I was just like, I'll go to the branch so I can get the money out. So I go to the branch. They're like, "Do you have your Hanko?" I'm like, "No, I don't." They're like, "I'm sorry. You're going to have to come back tomorrow." And I'm like, "Why do I have to come back tomorrow? It's my money. I want it now." And they're like, "I'm sorry. That's the rules." And I said, "Okay. F your rules. I want to close my account and give me my money." I'm like, "We're sorry. We can't close your account without your Hanko." I said, "So you're telling me I can't get my money until I get a Hanko?" They're like, "That's correct." So let me just say this one more time. I can't get what I have earned, what I have put into your bank, until I get a little plastic thing that says who I am, when I have my passport, my gaijin card, and my face. That's correct. So you're saying this little piece of plastic paper, I didn't have one. This stamp is more important than my passport and my gaijin card and my face. Like, that is correct. So you're saying if I died and my mom came to Japan to get what is mine, my last paycheck, she couldn't get my money unless she had my Hanko? And the lady, I don't know. So then she went and asked the staff, and the staff came back, and he's like, "I'm sorry." So I was talking to a lady, and then this guy, the boss, came. He's like, "I'm sorry, no." Then he walked away. So I'm like, okay. So without this Hanko, without this stamp, I can't get my money. Is that what you're saying? She's like, "That is correct." I said, what if I open up a web account? And then I will be able to take my money out that way, right? She's like, "Yeah, that could work." And then she pulls out the forms, and she's getting ready to give it to me, and then she's like, "But we need your Hanko." I'm just like, I literally just freaking Hanko. Hate it. So then, at the end of the, when it was all said and done, I was like, your English is very nice. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, where did you go? She's like, I lived in California for 3 months. I'm like, wow, what did you do there? It's like, I was there studying. I'm like, oh, that's really nice. And then she got all like perky. Oh! So then I learned. I should have started off that way, like, are you a native? And she'd be like, native Japanese? No, are you from America? What now? Because your English is so good. So now I know, if I'm ever in that situation, I'm going to have to play that angle. But, yeah. So when you do get one of these guys, make sure you don't lose it. In fact, I would suggest you get 2. Put one, like, on your persons, like in your wallet, purse, or whatever. And then leave a spare one, like, at the school or something. That way, in the case you lose it, you don't have to make a new one to get what is rightfully yours. Alright, well, that's about it. Rhyming.